I'm very disappointed, ladies and gentlemen, to see a fellow content creator, instead of improving, just really devolving in content. Usually you will see this from time to time where, someone is actually making decent content. Their content you would consider to be good. But now, there will be some points in that content creator's life where they decided, instead of going to the right direction, instead of improving, they want to devolve. They want to make bad content. And that in itself is very demeaning and demoralizing for me, because that could really happen to anyone, ladies and gentlemen. You could be making content, you could actually be improving, and then all of a sudden you can just stop just like that, just immediately, and just go back to making really bad content. Now, the content creator that I'm talking about that I really do think his content has really gone to shit is Beta Ada Delota. This guy was making pretty good content back in the day before he finally joined on the furry fandom. He was making commentary videos, and you might be saying that's not very entertaining. But back in the day, when everyone was making commentary videos, and sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad, I really do think that his videos were pretty good for what they were. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, since he's joined the furry fandom, he's decided to, throw his lot with the furry community on YouTube. That has caused him to, lose quality in content, unfortunately. And I said to myself, well, it's unfortunate that he decided to forsake the commentary community for the furry community, but I mean, at least the content will be decent, hopefully, but man, was I wrong. He posted a lot of videos I like to coin as furry propaganda, because a lot of it's kind of like, are we sure about that? He posts information about, like, facts and shit about the furry fandom, but it's like, are we sure about that? Like, are we 100% sure it's factual and not, opinionated? It's not opinionated information, So that always worried me there for a second, because that could be really misleading to a lot of people and a lot of parents as well. So that's one thing that really kind of bothered me with the content that he was creating. But I think this video, and the video is called Fursuit Cuddles with Feet Nova Husky, Vin Collie, and Scuff Coyote, I think is one of the worst videos that he could ever create, to be completely honest. And usually how these videos are done, right, when I make these videos, is I stop a little bit and I react to it. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and just maybe play the video while I talk over this. But this is absolutely disappointing to see Beta making content like this. I mean, this is low tier shit posting. It's not even shit posting, because shit posts can be funny. They can be pretty entertaining, but this, ladies and gentlemen, this is not entertaining. Like, if you could try to find the definition of entertaining, this would be nowhere near close to the definition of entertaining. The first 5 minutes, I think it's the first 5 minutes, you just see Beta rubbing his hand over another fursuiter's belly, and it's kind of uncomfortable, to be completely honest. And he does little shakes of his head and really, really weird and obscure things, to be completely honest, though, ladies and gentlemen. And it's just, I don't really find the necessity for someone to post stuff like this. I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, doing this is wrong, you should probably not do that. No, you can do that, I don't give a fuck. But here's the deal, here's the problem that I have, right? He decided to share this moment online, right? He decided, you know what? This is pretty good content, I'm going to post this online. And look, like I said before, if you do this in the privacy of your own home, behind closed doors, I have no problem with that. But when you decide to go ahead and post it online thinking that this is something that everyone wants to see, that's just no. That's just a big fat no, ladies and gentlemen. It's just one of those things where you should just keep that shit to yourself. To say that this entire video is inappropriate and not, say appropriate for kids would be a little of a stretch here, but I still would agree that this video is very uncomfortable, because they're not doing anything besides holding each other and just rubbing each other and just staring at the camera very, uncomfortably. And then you'll see some shots here and there of, the camera cutting with the, I guess, the color grading cutting out. and then another fursuiter would join in this weird escapade of furry hugging, and I don't know, I just feel like at any point, just at any second, they're just gonna take off their goddamn fursuits and just have an orgy right in front of us. You know, I could definitely see other fursuiters do this same shit as well. Definitely Majura and the other fuckheads out there in the furry community, but to see Beta do something like this is surprising, shocking, and again, extremely disappointing. Because this isn't content, ladies and gentlemen. This is not content. You know, he put forth no effort into this, and, you know, I guess there are some points where he thought, hey, that's pretty funny, let's add that to the video. At no point did I giggle. You know, I just looked at this, and I just said to myself, oh my god, Beta, what have you become? What have you become? What has caused you to think that posting this online was absolutely acceptable? And now I probably will get a lot of shit because Beta is one of those favorited and coveted furry YouTubers out there. And he's, you know, he's nice. Sure, he's nice. I'm not gonna say he's a shitty person, and definitely I'm not gonna say he's a shitty person for posting this. But it's still extremely disappointing to see Beta post something like this. And again, this is literally not content. Like, I don't understand how someone can watch all 11 minutes of this garbage. You know, it's 11 minutes of him hugging someone, rubbing them in a weird fashion, and then after like 5 or 6 minutes, another fursuiter joins in, doing the same thing, and it's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what went through his goddamn mind thinking, like, hey, I want to post this. I think this is really great content. I feel like a lot of people are going to enjoy this. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the side effect of joining the goddamn furry fandom. That is what you get for joining such a cringe and just terrible fandom in general, because you can be making content here and there, you can be making great content, but the moment you allow the furry fandom to affect you, allow themselves to corrupt your mind and your entire being, you start creating content like this. You start creating garbage. You know, you go from creating good and decent content to making garbage content. And it's, again, I can't emphasize this enough, and I'm probably gonna get flack for this, for saying it over and over again, but I am so disappointed with Beta with this video. I mean, I really can't see even furries enjoying this. I mean, to be completely honest, I really can't see any furry enjoying this unless, like, they're missing a bunch of brain cells up in there. You know, a lot of brain cells died the moment they put their goddamn fursuit on their fucking head, you know, and all the heat, you know, all that nasty heat that's building up in that fursuit, and that, you know, that suit is causing the brain cells to melt away and just disintegrate within minutes of wearing the goddamn fursuit. So, ladies and gentlemen, let this be a warning to you. Let this be a warning to anyone who decides to join the furry fandom or wants to make furry content. This is probably going to be you, right? This is probably going to be you on YouTube at some point in time. You might be saying to yourself, no, this can't be me. But if you want the views, if you want to be able to be relevant on furry YouTube, then I think you're going to have to do something like this, and you're going to have to make content that literally everyone would say to themselves, holy shit, this is absolute ass, right? Like, this is absolute garbage, but only to the furries. Oh, only to the furries. The furries would absolutely love this. The furries would eat that shit up. But let's be honest, though, right? Let's be honest. Is the furry community even worth trying to get their views? And for me, no, it's not. It's just built up of a lot of horny teenagers and a lot of creepy old men. It's very disappointing of a fandom, very disgusting in my opinion. Obviously, you know my whole opinion about the furry fandom. I've shared it over and over again, but this is just a great example of how the furry fandom can change you as a person. But that's basically all I had to say for this video. I mean, just 11 minutes of watching it, it's just absolute garbage. I mean, it's so sad to see someone like Beta to make content like this. And Beta, if you're watching this, I highly doubt that you are, but if you are, I'm really disappointed in you that you're making content like this, that you've decided to post this video. I mean, it'd be one thing if you did more with the video. I feel like it might make it worse, especially what's going on. But to do something like this, to post something like this, and to see what kind of content you were making back then before you joined the furry fandom, is very demoralizing, very demeaning. You know, just really in general kind of makes me upset. You know, it's very, very saddening to see someone like you to make content like this. But with that all the way, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification to be notified of my next upload and live streams, because I will be starting, you know, live streaming on Sunday and then having a schedule on Saturdays for live streams. But regardless though, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.